All right, what's up, y'all? It's Dion Davis here with the Guys Guide.
And your co-host Chris,
Campbell.
do I have to put my last
Campbell.
name?
All right, what's up, y'all? It's Dion Davis here with the Guys Guide.
And your co-host Chris Campbell.
Okay, we finally got it past, y'all. We finally got past it. Uh, so yeah, how's it been going with you, Chris? It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Yeah, it has been a minute. I've just been going through a lot, but just trying to find balance in my everyday life.
That's
Well, what
fair.
about you?
Three car accidents back to back, still here. I'm a-okay.
Are
Got re-
you are you okay?
yes, I got refocused in with God. Relocked in, me and him like this now, right? So everything else has been coming to fruition, coming to just all around circle, and I'm just happy to still be here.
Yeah, me too. Like I know that we both went through a traumatic experience last year. Well, at the end of last year,
When
getting
I was a
into
bang.
with that car accident. But ever since then, I've just been trying to get right with God too. Now me and God are like, hey, how you doing, buddy? Um, I'm just trying to get to understand the Bible more, and trying to get closer and closer because you can always learn new things about in the Bible. But other than that, just trying to focus on my life of trying to start a new journey, and not saying to start a new journey like everybody else, like always. Oh, this year I'm gonna do this. Oh, this year I'm gonna do this. No, actually trying to restart my life of progressing, growing, and going up instead of staying the same, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it does. It does. And since you talk about like restarting the life, I do want to say, like, with your progression from like a lot of the pictures that we were reviewing, last night when we were putting the slides together, you do know that you have like lost so much weight. And it's so incredible to see like your journey over the last couple of years that I've known you. What has it been, like 4 or 5 years now?
Yeah,
Four? That's crazy.
about five since
So okay.
2020.
So what would you say like is what's a picture from your past that brings back a powerful memory or something that you have like a story behind?
Well, one picture that I want to go back to is the picture that we took when we was first knowing each other. When we was at Walmart,
Ah.
and how we was like trying to find different energy shot drinks to keep us up during those long days at Walmart.
Oh, when we were Lord, when we had to stay until like 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes, and then we
Uh,
had those was it Starbucks shots?
yes. And for to correct those, when we say 2 o'clock in the morning, we were getting in at 6 or 7 a.m. staying
Yeah.
there all day. And we were like, mind you, this is like amidst COVID. Nothing was in the store really. We were getting all these shipments in. And then I would like this is like 2 months after I got promoted to department manager and I didn't want to fail anybody. And then trying to figure out the team. Chris was the only one that actually stuck with me by my side to make sure all this stuff was running smoothly.
Yeah, and I didn't even like you back then.
Yeah,
We
he
was
did.
we was just coworkers. But I seen that what, this is a goofy guy that just like to make sure his work is done. So let me just help him out. And then once we just clicked just like this the first day, and I was
Yeah.
like, wow, who is this kid?
Who is this kid? I will say though, y'all, I won't say anger management. I just wanted things a certain way done so that I knew that I would not get in trouble because I did not like getting in trouble. So I felt like there's like certain things that I could have done better that I did learn through the years. And I was taught that through Chris, but also the other teams that I had to, assemble. Yeah, that everything just comes with joy, fun, and experience. Um,
Yeah.
we had a lot of teams back then, if you think
We
about it.
did. And we became friends with a lot of them. Some came and went, but we stuck with a couple. So
Yeah,
I'm glad that was a good experience.
I still be getting like text messages from them too, like phone calls and text messages, like life updates.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and remember we met Jalen, the other. Yeah,
Oh
you guys are
yeah,
probably
that's
gonna see
part of the
Jalen.
big thing.
Yeah, our man cave Jalen. He is about to graduate in a couple of months with his, I believe, master's, right?
Yeah.
Criminal justice. I'm so happy for him. He's probably going to be on one of these calls soon enough and just tell his story because he is an alpha. So I'm
Mm,
happy for him to just like,
yeah.
yeah, talk about his journey, just going through college and then just a pleasure to a frat and just doing everything that he essentially told us that he wanted to do. He's knocking out, and I'm proud of him. Um,
Man,
yeah, he's
like that is one journey that I want to see grow into fruition. That he wants, whatever he wants to be, I want to see that happen. Well, I have a question for you.
what's up?
Since we're talking about pictures,
Okay.
so What's a travel photo that helps you like that changed your perspective on life?
San Francisco.
San Francisco.
San Fran. Okay, so when I was out there, and I need to take more trips. I'm super connected to nature. Like I just like looking at it. It's not weird, but it's just
It's not.
mesmerizing to
It's
me.
actually peaceful.
Yeah,
Like
that because so I like listening to the wind, and it's just like, well, not I don't like being cold though. There's a difference because that wind out there in San
listening
Francisco,
to the wind and being in the wind.
I was trying not to fall off that mountain. It was gonna be,
Not just trying to fall off the mountain.
but no, it was definitely an eye-opening experience because I could see the world around me. I've been to like Texas, Florida, California before, San Francisco before, but it was different going in as an adult because I could literally take as much time as I want to, not like a family reunion, and travel and just look at all around, like look at the ocean and just the waves go back and forth, or look at the hills and the mountains just sitting there peacefully. I don't know, it's I want to start taking pictures or like photography just because of it and continue to travel the world and find more incredible scenery like that.
Yeah, because like I know for a fact, me in San Francisco around those mountains are breathtaking. But to turn this question back on me, pictures that changed my life from traveling that changed my perspective. I believe that it would be the Texas trip. But
Mm.
I want to go to that Texas trip, but that was like a party trip. But what actually, uh, changed my perspective on my life is the trip that we took to Atlanta.
Oh,
Even though that
okay.
was like a business trip, it was more enlightening to see that aspect of the business of how
Mm.
generational wealth is actually progressing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And seeing that our mentors, the Swazos' house, and how they're living, and like they're young. They're not old, like in their 50s. They're in their 40s, like young.
50 is not old. 50. But yes, they're still in their third yeah, the end of their 30s, I believe still. 38,
Yeah,
30.
but they are actually the Beyonce and Jay Z of insurance. I say that while laughing because you know how the media has got Beyonce and Jay Z, but they are actually the Barack and Michelle of insurance. Let's say that because they are actually thriving in what they do, especially in life insurance and making a life out of life insurance. Ooh, had that.
Do you think like if you had an opportunity to go back to Atlanta, would you want to live there and stay there?
Yes, I was actually thinking about moving there at one point, but it's just like you to move to another state, you have to be ready, you have to be prepared, and be, you have to make sure your ducks are in a row because you
Mhm.
can't just move to a whole other state not knowing anybody there, not knowing if you're gonna have a job when you get there, and knowing even if you know you have a job, is that job gonna be sustainable for your life that you're going out there to pursue? So
Mhm.
you have to think about a lot of those things while trying to move to another state. But if I was to move to another state, Atlanta would be top.
Because how
top.
much, I'm gonna look up, how much do you think it takes to move to a different state? Does it take to move to Atlanta? Because I always wondered, because I also had considered it. Um, but you need roughly about like 1,500, it says 15 to 2,000 to kind of survive in Atlanta. So that's not bad.
A month.
Yeah, which is not bad.
Like,
No, which isn't bad simply
it's
because
not.
living in Chicago, living in Chicago.
Yeah, it's like 35,
Yeah,
35,
at least.
4,000.
Yeah,
Because think about it, our rent is hot. Like it's for one bedroom is at least 2,000.
yeah, yeah. And then there the property taxes and mortgages going up because mine went from 2,000 to 2,100 in the last 6 months. So it's going to continue to go up over time. But it's crazy living out in Chicago. I don't.
It
Mm-mm.
is, but Chicago is home, right?
You're right. You're
And
right.
it's always gonna be home until you move. Like,
Yeah, that's
but no,
true.
it's just that you've been it's just I think it's because we've been in content being content with this lifestyle and this that we've been in that we can't we don't see ourselves progressing outward.
Yeah.
I think we
Yeah,
need to grow into that, like grow into being our better selves.
yeah,
And when once we grow into being our better selves, we can grow into expanding outward past our families because our family's still in Chicago. That's one of the only reasons that we are still in Chicago.
that's true. That's true. So, okay. So, speaking of families, like, are there any moments or like any pictures? Because I know we've been on this picture topic. Like, any pictures that you want to like relive or moments with your family, friends, just like any that you can remember, like even the ones that for our intro.
Okay, so even if it's not, ooh, your birthday. Remember when we went to the rage room?
Oh, I'm gonna put that
Even
picture.
though that was like a spur of the moment, like that was when I was getting at my biggest because I was big around that time, and being at my biggest, I was like,
Mhm.
wow, that was a lot of movement around that time, but it was soothing because we got to break things.
Sure.
We not only went to the rage room, but we also went to um
The trap, the what's it called?
uh the trap house.
Talk about the trap. No, we went to the when you go into the room, y'all, and when you go into the room, you gotta try and figure out a puzzle of riddles to get out of the room. I can't figure out the name, but one of y'all gonna probably say it in the comments.
Oh
Anyway,
my god, I can't think of it either.
you know, one of my favorite moments though, with you was when we went to shoot to the gun range.
Yeah,
It was pretty
that
cool.
was something.
Yeah, because that was
That
your
was
first
my
time going.
first time. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was my first time going, and that was like very intense. Like, because I never knew anything about guns. Like, that was the first time I even held a gun, and it was scary because it was too powerful for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like holding something that can end a person's life is
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
It's like a
But
man killer, you know?
that part. But once like I had it and everything, like I was learning the basics behind it and everything. It wasn't that bad. And when I shot, I was shooting that
Right.
gun really good. Like I was a marksman there.
Talk about it
But
more.
but that was a very good experience for me. Like that, and also going to the golf course.
Oh yeah, yeah. Do you think you
I
would
do
want
have a
to?
picture of that too.
Oh, you do? You do? Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
and I was sending a picture of
Okay.
that.
Do you think if you could, like, would you purchase a gun?
No,
Why?
and the only reason no is because I know what God says about guns. So it's just like, how can you say, "Oh yeah, you like something that God detests"?
Hmm. Well,
He
so
told us not to pick. He told us not to bear arms, not to. He said to protect ourselves, but not to go out looking to kill.
okay, so that was gonna be my question because it was like, well, what about those that protect themselves with it? Um, and just think because I'm still, learning the Bible in my own, reading the Bible as I progressively go, and that's a
You can
scripture.
protect yourself.
Hmm.
That's not saying, but not to hold on to knowing that you need to protect yourself. God should be your protection,
That's true. That is
but
true.
you also trying to get an extra line of protection. Like, oh yeah, definitely about to shoot to kill. Basically, that's what
Yeah.
a gun is: shoot to kill.
Not necessarily. Some people, so yes, I get that is 100% you're right. But some people you can shoot to like disarm or shoot to.
Yeah, but who besides professional and people that actually wants to learn about guns in that situation, who in that area is actually shooting to save a life?
You're right. You're very
Like
because I don't know, but I feel like in the course that you have to take to get not your FOI card because you can just get that online. FYI, anybody that wants to go get a FOI card. But isn't it for what's it called for their CCO, their concealed to carry? You just in that class does it talk about that would be my question. Does it talk about like how to disarm people or how to defend yourself without killing somebody? Because that's a lot for somebody to bear on their heart and their soul in itself. So it's like I mean, even though they might try and find innocence in like, okay, I was protecting myself, but you still like at the end of the day, if you take that one shot, it's like their life is gone. So anybody that I feel like is at least connected with God would just feel some type of weight on their heart if they did take a life.
yeah, because like that's something that you have to live with for the rest of your life.
Yeah, yeah. But are there any more to get on another positive topic? Are there any more
Oh,
like pictures or I'm just trying to think through the years. Like I know, we got the Walmart pictures, we got the DLD pictures. Well, are there
oh
any
yeah,
DLD pictures you would want to
DLD.
uh-huh. Yes, you got the shirt on and everything.
Oh
That's
yeah,
cool.
haha, DLD.
Uh-huh.
Um, DLD memories. Oh, the back to school event.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that was
we
pretty
got
cool.
these shirts from.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
because like that was actually, even though that was like a hot day, it was a hot day.
Yeah.
It was still
But
fun
real quick, I want to
because
shout out. I don't want to cut you off, but I do want to shout out Jalen and his mom for hooking us up with those shirts
hey, yeah,
because I didn't know like how we were gonna get those shirts last minute at all. But then his mom came in clutch. It was
yeah.
dope. So we're
That
definitely
was,
gonna have to go back and get some more.
thank you, Jade. Anyway, but no, but that was great because like I was on the bullhorn. Y'all was tending to the book bags and everything like
Yeah,
that. Your mom was on refreshments. It was just like it was like the community coming together to do something good, and
yeah,
that's what I liked.
yeah. And honestly, everything was last minute. And I'm like just thinking,
But even though everything was last minute, it set a tone for the rest of our organization because not only did we, when we did our back to school jam and everything came back with our organization,
mhm.
they started picking up different activities to do
Oh
too
yeah,
in
yeah,
Atlanta, and that was just like amazing to me
yeah.
that they saw our ideas and they started to pick up on that.
Yeah, I do think it was pretty I do think it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But so like when it came to getting the like, okay, so from the location to the actual things, shout out to my mom because she literally went on Amazon and started ordering stuff.
Hey,
And
Mama Davis killed it.
yeah, she did. And thank you. Shout out to my dad because we used his building to make sure that we could give back to the community. And then
What I was
you
about to
got
say, Father Davis.
yeah,
What?
because who else? Okay, so who else was there? I know it was we had me, you, we had Caleb, we had Jayla, we had Deanna, we had
Lorenzo.
Sean, we had who else?
Lorenzo.
Lorenzo, yes, the
Yeah.
tents. Lorenzo, hey, I'm wearing his logo lingo.
Yeah,
Um,
mine is too small. But
if y'all need any tents, FYI, make sure y'all check out Zoe Tents. He actually has been tenting for at least what 2 years now? At least 2 years. He's hooked up people off my team. He actually lost a bet and had to tent somebody's car for free, y'all. But he had to pass. But yeah, if you want to go get your tents, I'm gonna put his link right down in the bio so that you can see.
right there.
Um, right there. And then of course, the Davis fam came through, all the kids came too.
Yeah, the Davis family came through. All of the Davises.
The Davis. Um,
I
but
love it.
really cool to see like the community come through. I still have somebody donated $5 to the organization. I still have it sitting in the box when we're ready to do another back to school event. That's what I'm waiting to use that money for. Specifically, not nothing else for like the shirt or anything. Specifically for that because that was cool.
Yes, because like it just shows you, and that shows good integrity too. Because you can use that money just to buy a pop song.
I could have. Right.
But no, I'm just saying that I'm glad that you're one of those people that actually use the community fund for the community. So yeah, that's great.
Thank you. You want
But
to see it? Hold on.
thank you, Leslie.
Because I left it in this box because this is the box that we kept the coupon things in. FYI, I still have your shirt. I didn't know. I realized the purple one. You've been looking for it?
I've been looking for that shirt. I thought somebody stole it.
No.
But I was
Yeah.
like, why somebody gonna steal my
This is
big shirt like that? Oh, $5. You should put that in a frame.
I should actually on the wall behind me, memorabilia. Oh, I still have. So we did give out, what, 3 or 4 tablets.
Yeah.
I felt like we were supposed to do more, but then that's when things started getting a little rocky. But it was okay because we were still able to give out as many as we did. I'm happy that we were.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I've just literally been using a shirt as like a shield, as protects the assets that's inside. So
I would like my shirt washed
yeah,
and folded back to nothing.
well, I see that.
Of course.
Never
Of
give
course.
it back. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. And play. No. Okay. So
No, so.
so as you know, we've been cooking a lot more. We've been going to different stores. Jewel Osco is ripping people off for
Ripping you off. I already know where to go.
$7 box of cereal. That's the smallest box of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Never going there again. But
That was hilarious. When you said that that box was $7.99,
I was like,
it killed me.
this is
That you
illegal. I left and went to Walmart, even though Walmart is Walmart with me. Walmart did nothing to me to where I can't go get a $3 box of cereal. Okay.
that part.
Okay. So okay. So what's like one plate or one dish that like you grew up with that you would say like is one of like the defining moments of your life or yeah, yeah.
Defining defining moments of my life. A dish. Okay,
Like is
so
it chicken? Is it like a soul food plate?
you
Is
know
it
we're being black right now. So and we're being fat. So I'm gonna just let you know. I'm a fat black person. I've always been a fat black person. But the thing is, the meal that brings joy to me is soul food.
okay?
And I'm a chef, so I like to cook different
Mhm.
meals. Of course, being different nationalities, like being Asian or being Hispanic, all those know how to cook. But going back to the soul with the cornbread and the greens that you have to hand pick, you gotta clean them, and then you have to like you putting your soul into that food. You actually put your heart into that food that you're making, and then you see another person eat it, and then they eyes roll in the back of their head, or they be like, "Oh man, that's so good." That gives you joy.
And
So
matching it with Kool-Aid too.
see, you go back to old black diabetes. Not quick.
And it's not, and it's look, and it's not fruit punch. It's
It's
red.
not. It's red.
It's
No,
not grape. It's purple. It's
exactly.
not
First,
lime. It's green. It don't
green.
even taste the same as the flavors that people be trying to make. It's not a fruit punch. You can't. There is no remaking Kool-Aid and calling it fruit punch. No,
It's red.
exactly. It literally red is its own flavor.
Exactly, because you can mix different colors. I mean, different flavors in it to make a red,
Yeah, yeah.
make a
And
purple. We be mixing colors in this.
Taco, you be mixing colors.
We don't
Um,
discriminate.
Taco, you just okay. So, what would be like your iconic dish? Like, did you say greens, chicken, mac and cheese? You
Oh
forgot.
well, this past Sunday I made a big feast for my
You
family
did, and it was good.
and for you too. Haha. Oh, you're a part of my family. I'm sorry. It was string beans with turkey tails. Uh, I made beef short ribs. Also, macaroni and cheese, the baked kind. Because there's so many ways you make macaroni and cheese today. It's the baked kind, if you want to know. And also cornbread. And that was just a light. Like normally I make cornbread, macaroni and cheese, chicken, dressing, uh, greens, go on and so forth. So like, but I just wanted to make it simple and also make it so everybody will be full. And also I made a banana pudding,
Mm.
a strawberry banana pudding.
An
Sorry.
amazing banana pudding. Again, if you all do not know Chris personally, he is a culinary chef of magic. He actually graduated from Columbia with a culinary degree. He is a chef of all sorts. He actually still teaches me how to cook certain things today. And if anybody wants to buy his food, talk to him. If you want to learn how to cook like him, talk to him. He knows what he's doing.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. but I want to come to you about the food situation because like you've been on your food making journey and I am so freaking proud of you, bro, because like you actually have came a long way from not knowing how to boil water.
I used to, hey, I used to, you want to know how I used to boil water? How I know?
How?
Because I used to put the boiled water in the ramen noodles. Thanks. Try again. Try again.
Anyway, like I said, I am so happy that you have progressed on your food making journey because the last meal you made was actually pretty good, buddy. Your first time making fried chicken?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a great day.
Yes, it was it was I really actually enjoyed the process of making the chicken. It's simpler than I thought. Um
It is, but it's just like,
you can mess it up. You can
yeah,
mess it up.
you could definitely mess it up.
And I think now I won't say that I'm gonna make chicken again
I,
soon,
I know you're not.
But like I wanna be able to get to a point to where I don't have to call you to make the chicken, if that makes sense.
That part, and that's why I want you to get to the point of learning how to bake. Not
I can
saying
learn
bake,
anything. I'm sorry.
not saying to learn how to bake sweets and stuff like that. Bake food, so you won't have to fry it. Stop trying to. Like, I'm not about to learn how to do this.
I'm
What's
not.
wrong with learning how to bake?
I don't
Dion?
want to learn how to bake. I want to just learn how to cook a meal, and I will. I'm
So what if
perfect.
you want to make some brownies one day?
I don't want to make brownies. I don't want to make brownies. I'm actually just gonna.
Hey,
I'm gonna ask my mom. Hey, mom, can you make some brownies with some? I think what pecans in them or the almonds. I can't remember specifically. I just remember that they were good.
I mean, you said, but pecans. First of all, they're pecans.
No, the pecans.
Second, second, who besides WNs
Oh, okay. I
put
was.
pecans in their brownies? Well, no, let me stop because I hate nuts, and I feel like you do. So we're just not even gonna discuss putting nuts in food.
I actually.
We're gonna edit all that out.
That's terrible. Okay. Okay. So my meal,
If
I
you,
would say my
what
meal. I
was
would
it?
say, huh?
What would be your meal?
Well, I would say you're right. I did okay over this last year, you're right. I have learned how to cook a lot, but it was cool learning how to cook like more cuisines from a the HelloFresh stuff that I was doing.
It was cool because you had all the ingredients and you didn't have to.
No, it was cool because I not knowing how to like genuinely learning truly how to cook food, not having any background of picking up a pan and doing anything really like that, and just making a like a 3-star or 5-star cuisine. Um
Well,
and and rocking it and like having people try it and taste it and it be good. And
yeah,
then being able to take it to work and just be happy knowing that I left the kitchen with a meal. And the
that you
meal,
made.
yeah, yes, a meal that I made that wasn't necessarily like something that you would see like every day, if that makes
Uh,
sense.
yeah.
And it was pretty cool because I made it. And I'm like, this year, if you had asked Dion Davis, do you cook? I would wholeheartedly say no. I'm going to order out and eat. That's exactly how I was spending the thousands and hundreds of thousands on food. If people want to know,
Thousands of hundreds of thousands on
I
food.
was
And you know
literally
what's funny?
what
That food was mid.
this is why. This is why people like Chris or
That food was mid as beep. Because you know why? Because everything that you made,
hmm,
no flavor.
wow. You know why? I'm going based off of certain um criteria for it. So I had to go based off of what they said
Yeah.
versus what they said. So
But yeah. There's nothing wrong with that. But sometimes what they say is not always best for what they say.
this is true. This is true. And I now know because after, like I said, cooking with you, after cooking with you, that's one thing like that I've learned from you is only add one salt-based seasoning. Because anything after that, you are good to go. You're gonna oversalt it one, but two, you don't really need any other salt-based seasoning, and then you just add all the other flavorings to go with it, and it just increases the flavor of the dish, whatever you're making. Especially with that chicken, I really did like that chicken. I just don't like reheated chicken. That's all.
Me either. And that's one thing that my cousin, Keith,
Yeah.
she used to hate when I made when I was younger. When I used to make fried chicken before I actually really learned how to make
Uh-huh.
it. I used to make it, but it used to be fried. It used to be crispy that day. But the next day, it would be so soggy
Uh-huh.
that when she eat it, she's like, Christian, don't you ever make any chicken again? I was like, well, what did I do? She's like, because I ate the chicken and it slithered down my throat. I
Oh
was
my
like,
God.
no. I was like, what do you mean? She's like, because you can't reheat chicken. reheated chicken is disgusting.
Disgusting.
It's
It is.
rubbery. It's very rubbery. I
And
was
it's
like,
it's just a different taste too.
yeah, it is a different taste. It's because it's been sitting there.
That's true. Well, and it was like a refrigerator. That's the one thing I don't like either. Like certain
But
things.
what is good about you having
Mhm.
an air fryer?
Yeah,
Pop that back in
it
there.
doesn't taste the same.
It
I
doesn't.
tried to do that with the food from Saturday. It doesn't. I just Mythbuster busted. It doesn't work. I don't know if it was just the chicken I had. I don't know, but it tastes different. Like it doesn't taste like the all natural. Now, like okay, so speaking of like different disasters or things that go wrong with food, is there any disaster that you can think of that you had that you like a memorable one that you can't forget?
Yes, yes, and you're gonna, which is hilarious. But I
What?
just want okay before I get into that answer. Did you like the because I never knew if you liked the actual beef short ribs that I made that day.
Yes.
Okay, because like you
Actually,
know
more
you're
so
very
than
picky
yours.
about the meat you eat. I don't like the way you just look like that.
Oh, because I didn't
I'm
know.
not saying the meat that I'm talking about.
We're gonna cut that out. We're gonna.
Oh, please cut that out.
Cause I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I'm not on a diet, but I know
Like
your mind went
because
to.
you know the way that you don't eat chicken with the bone in it.
Oh yeah,
You used to eat chicken with bone in it and everything like that. So I was very trying to make sure that you even like actual different kinds of meats.
yeah, and it's literally only chicken though,
Oh,
because I don't like seeing that vein. That was the only like thing. Even when I was eating my own chicken, I still didn't like seeing the vein. I want to enjoy my food if that's aesthetically like looking at it as well as tasting it. I want to be able, and that's the one thing that I like will always say why I wouldn't chicken won't be my first choice. Yeah, that's the only reason why. If I were able to get past that, I think I would be so much better. But everybody has their one thing, so chicken is mine.
and you remind me of Gregory off of Abbott Elementary when you don't eat the way you eat food. We're like, oh, I don't like the food to touch. I don't like
Oh, because
the mix of flavors.
Abbott Elementary is a great show if you haven't watched it thus
It is
far. Oh,
hilarious.
it should a new episode should have dropped. A new
Yeah,
episode. Please stop the podcast. Go watch Abbott Elementary.
not go stop the podcast. But no, that was a great. That's a great show. But like, you remind me of Gregory.
Thank
If
you.
anybody ever, you, yeah, thank you for that. Because like, if anybody ever asks you what I'm asking me, what celebrity you act that you remind me of, it will be Tyler Williams.
Oh,
Tyler,
okay. That's his
Tyler
real
Williams.
name.
Yeah, that's his name.
I was
Okay.
like, I didn't know if you were going to say Tyler Grant. I'm like, wait, where'd you just get Gregory from Tyler Grant? I was so lost. That's where my mind was immediately. But
Yeah.
thank you. Okay, that's pretty cool. And then okay, so like before Abbott, because there was an Abbott before Abbott. I feel like it came within the last 2 to 3 years, Abbott Elementary,
Mm-hmm.
like where it really picked up. What would you say was your favorite show before then? And I think you got me into it. If I'm right, if I'm not right, then I'm wrong.
Oh well, you can't say what was my favorite show because if we think about Abbott Elementary, we go down different like a reality TV
Like a
slash
sitcom.
sitcom.
Hmm. So what would you say was
Situation.
your favorite before Abbott?
Like going down that genre or
Mhm.
actual TV show.
Just TV show.
Game of Thrones.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Game of Thrones will always be, even though the last season really tore me up inside, was was one of the best shows of my life in my
I
life.
liked it. I really did. I like the last season, and I think it's because I didn't have to wait like everybody else did, and I just binge watched all the way through it. But I was like, I don't know what y'all mad about. It was a good show. It was a good show for
It
me.
was a good show for you because you wasn't so into the characters because you just saw them as characters.
No, I was into the characters. The
Yeah, you
hours
were into the
still.
characters, but you didn't read the books.
Oh, I didn't.
And
You're right. Nope.
when you read the books and you read, I mean, go into the TV show, the first four seasons were mostly accurate into the books. After the fourth or fifth season, after the red wedding, everything stopped.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the other
Because
stuff was not true.
I
Really,
did stop watching it because that did make me sad actually. For real.
yeah, because like it was after that he didn't write the books anymore. I mean, like it didn't go along with the books because those books wasn't written yet.
What you mean they wasn't written together?
They wasn't written yet. Like a
Oh,
Song of Ice and Fire,
yeah.
that wasn't written yet.
Wow. Interesting. I would have never
We
thought.
was
I
all
was
waiting for those books to drop. We still waiting for books to drop. Like, they still haven't wrote anything.
did
But I'm saying that to say, like, that was a great show, but to end it off as Danny being the protagonist, that really pissed me off. Being the villain of the whole show,
yeah.
no, because she was since the beginning of the show, she was on point with freeing slaves, not enslaving people, making sure that her people is good, and to come over to Westerosi, and then see, and to see that okay, everything is not peachy key because they don't really know her. Understandable. Don't come over being a conqueror, even though he like her forefathers were conquerors. Don't get me wrong. They were the conquerors of Westeros. That's what made the seven realms and everything.
Do you think that like once the power started getting to her head, it changed, or what do you think?
I don't think no, because she was always powerful. I think once her people started dying,
Ah,
that's when she started going crazy.
and it was to think, yeah, you're right, because it was between the dying and I'm just going back. We're gonna have to rewatch the show, by the way, so we can give
Yeah.
everybody updated
Oh, we
perspective.
should do it every week, like every
Yeah.
week.
Um,
Yeah.
the it was between her like her best friend getting her head chopped off.
And telling her and her best friend telling her to burn them all.
Yeah.
But she said,
And then
Draconic.
her most loyal servant, then lying to her the entire time. It was like I feel like it was the surrounding negativity that turned her into the person that she was, which is
And
why
then finding out that the man that she was in love with is her nephew slash lover
right, it was just
and
crazy.
king.
Yeah.
Because she was
And
supposed to be queen. She's thinking that she's supposed to be queen to enlist everybody and find out that she don't supposed to be queen.
because the dude ended up dying or no?
No.
I'm trying to remember. Okay.
Who ended up dying?
The nephew cousin King dude.
He died, but he came back to life.
I'm like, didn't he? I'm like, he didn't, he didn't
Look,
finish.
you
I'm
like that
pretty sure.
dramatic pause, didn't you?
I'm pretty sure that dude came back to life. I wonder if my you know who my favorite character was though?
Who?
You know, because it was your favorite character. Arya? Was that her name?
Ariana, no, wait,
Arya?
Arya.
Arya was pretty cool. She was dope.
Arya Stark was, and I think we like Arya Stark because she was low key an assassin, and
Yeah.
low key
Like
we love
Assassin's Creed.
assassins.
It
Exactly.
really reminded me of that the game Assassin's Creed. Like whatever medieval time and there's always, people slitting people's throats. That was gory. Jesus. I'm
Letting
sorry.
people throw
But
you.
it always reminded me of playing those series of Assassin's Creed because those games are amazing. Did
Yeah,
you
because if you think about it, it was around in that time,
Yeah,
and then the way they were jumping off and like the chase scenes through the corridors,
yeah.
and that girl that servant girl was chasing her, the other assassin,
I think so. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. When they
and
were in the
stabbed her and all
yeah,
that stuff.
I think
Yes, that
it
was
was
most like I think they got that from Assassin's Creed.
I have to
Like
rewatch. Because Assassin's Creed, how many games did it have? Like five? Let me look it up. It was
I
like
think like I think they on the eighth or ninth.
it was at least how many? Like at least
Eight.
seven.
It might
I,
be
I think it was from when did the first one come out? Do you think?
in like the early 2000s.
Because I remember, was it mainly on Xbox or PlayStation? I think it was Xbox, right?
No, I think it was PlayStation.
I think it was Xbox because it
I
was
thought it started on PlayStation.
Ubisoft. What's Ubisoft? Isn't that Xbox?
It might be.
And
Look,
so there is over 14 main games, but there's over 20 totaling in 24 games, there's 10 spinoffs, numerous spinoffs.
oh wow.
These are
Oh wow.
actually the first one came out in 2007 though.
Okay.
My favorite was Black Flag, which came out in 2013.
Okay. Black Flag was okay, but I did not like that. The only thing I didn't like about Black Flag was you having to keep maneuver that boat.
That was my favorite part. I like the boat. I like
I like the boat, but you having to keep maneuvering to shoot down the other boat, and then you gotta maneuver to
yeah.
get away from the other bombs before they blow you away.
Because it was reminding me of Pirates of the Caribbean at the same time. I was like, okay,
It
this
did.
is dope.
It
And they
did.
were all coming out at the same time.
It did.
And so okay, so it was Black Flag, and then Brotherhood, I think was also one of my favorites because that was when they first introduced the other assassins, and it was like
Mhm.
you could call them like, and like you could do a little maiden calls, and that's when they come in and just
Not maiden calls. You need, but yeah, I like that. But I like the one in Egypt.
yeah, that I believe is
Yeah,
Odyssey or Origins, one of those. And that I did like that one as well.
I think
Um,
it's Origins because Odyssey was like Greek.
Probably. What was Origins about? And I think it was the Origins one because I remember traveling a lot in it, and it was like the pyramids and everything.
Mm,
Um, yeah, ancient Egypt.
yeah.
It was 49 to 44 BCE.
Oh, before the Christian era.
Yeah, yeah. Birth of Assassin Creed. Yeah, it's pretty dope. Interesting. Okay,
Yeah,
well that's that. But
yeah,
okay, we went off into like an ADHD spinoff
we
on
did.
everything from Game of Thrones. What were we talking about? Foods to Game of Thrones to
Life journeys,
Life Journeys to
pictures.
Assassin's Creed to pictures to history.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, okay. Well, this is the intro. What are we gonna talk about next week? What are we gonna talk about next week?
Let's talk about weight loss journeys and business strategies. Doesn't
Yeah,
that sound for fun and
that'd be
exciting?
dope. That'd be dope. Because I would want to hear more about your weight loss journey and what you did to like go through it and like some mental challenges that you had to like push your body through. And then I will tell you guys more about like, what business is like in the same sense. All fun parts and hateful and annoying slash enjoyable, memorable, unforgettable experiences that you would never want to go away.
That part.
But yeah, okay. I like that shirt you're wearing again, but we shall see you guys next week on the Guys Guide.
On the guy's guide.
All right, all right.